What's going on, guys? Chris Tech here and welcome back to a brand new tutorial. This is going to be a tutorial on the Windows 10 operating system. I just recently upgraded back to Windows 10 because I was getting some issues with Windows 8 and I didn't want to install Windows 7. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can create a new C drive or a D or whatever name you want for your drive, so a new disk partition. Now the first thing I'm going to do is see how many drives you got and how much space you've got. So for this, I'm going to go onto the bottom search bar, search the web and Windows and type in this PC. And you'll see this PC desktop app, and then here you can see we have all of your drivers, devices, like there we go. So we have the Windows C drive where Windows has been installed and where it boots up from. We'll see that in a minute. We have a recovery drive. This will depend on what laptop you have. You will see I'll probably click on this recovery partition. And then you have a DVD disk drive for your DVDs. And if you ever created an ISO file, then you'll have that there. So the first thing I'm going to do is exit out of that, search computer management, and just wait for the app to open up. Here we go. Once we're on computer management, what we're going to do is navigate onto the left tab here, left tab of view, and click on storage, and then here you'll see disk management. So here we go, you see the description is a virtual disk manager, and what we're going to do is just double click it. There we go. So now you can see we have all of our partitions that we saw in this PC. So we have the Windows C drive, the healthy recovery partition, another partition recovery, I think those are two for Windows, and then we got the recovery D drive, and then the main Windows C drive. And it actually tells you that this partition status is the boot page file, the crash dump, and the primary partition for Windows. So you can see the capacity is pretty big. It's 444.19 gigabytes. So there's 373.29 free space, so 84%. So what we're going to do is click on it, right click, and hit shrink volume. Now you're going to have to wait patiently for this process, so just going to wait for it to load. And what we're going to do is we're going to borrow some space from the Windows C drive and create our own new sort of partition. So just going to let this load up, and here we go. Here we have this. So now what we can do is minimize our disk management. So actually no, we can't. I'll just zoom in on this. Here we go. So the total size before it shrunk is in megabytes. So it's 4,000. You know what to do. So enter the amount you want to shrink in megabytes. Now, if you don't understand megabytes, you can go into the Google Chrome browser and type in sort of like megabyte to gigabyte converter, megabyte to gigabyte converter. I'll have a link to like a good site or something, but for now I'm just going to be using the Google one anyway. So if we have 100,000, that'll be a gigabyte. So I'm gonna only get 1,000 gigabytes. So I'll have I'm only gonna get 1,000 megabytes, and then I'll get 10 megabytes in return for that. So what we're gonna do, enter the amount. We're gonna Control V, paste it in. So after the total size after it has shrunk will be 448.4 7. And we're just going to hit shrink. And I believe another setup process will hopefully come up. There we go, so we can see that this bit is now unallocated. So what we're going to do is right click on it, new simple volume, and then here you can see welcome to the new simple volume. This wizard helps create a simple volume on a disk. You're going to hit next. Again, put amount again. Yep, next. So now you can select a letter for your drive. So I'm just gonna have it as a G drive default. Next. Okay, so you make sure you have this on the NTFS, which is a default. We can call it whatever you want, but you can also rename it as well. I'll just call it drive G. And hit next. So here you can see we got all of our settings, and just hit finish. So you can see drive G. If you double click it, we can open the folder, go into this PC, and there we can see we have our drive G right there. So that is how you sort of like make your own partition. If this video has helped you out, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in my next one.